From Rocker21344. Will we ever get the Q&A? I watched this run probably 30 times since it got uploaded, and it never fails to amaze me.
You said
No, you're not gonna get it. There's not enough questions. From Freeze. Sick run. Plus, this is not every day that you see an extra for your Q&A video. With your experience in the ninja community, what would you recommend / not recommend to do in order to progress or improve their skills for new ninja players? Example, grinding tracks, leaderboards, ... Okay, so I'll explain that when I first started out in ninjas, the way I improved from like level 2 and level 3 to like level 4s and 5s is I just hopped in multiplayer with players like Alan J. Carr, Jamaican, Lulzman, a few other people around that time, and they were all a lot better than me at that time. And so playing with them, I always played tracks I either couldn't pass or I wouldn't pass in multiplayer because they passed before me and the timer would run out. And so that's probably the most fun way to improve. I don't know if it's the quickest, but when you're at that low level, I don't know if improving super fast. At least for me, it was just kind of playing the game and enjoying it because I just got into the community. So like, as compare that to now, it's like I'm just constantly trying to get better, and it's less about, you know, there's not as many multiplayer sessions. It's a little more personal now to me than it was when I first got in the community. And I guess now what I do is I just grind tracks that are a lot harder. Just that's what I've been doing for a long time now. And I guess if I want to say around like anybody who's just starting ninjas, like ninja level 1, how the fuck do you even know what a ninja is? Like, I didn't even know what a ninja was until I was passing like level 2s and 3s. You just work on techniques. When you're a low level, techniques are everything. Even high levels, like I still see people just don't have everything mastered, and it's like, I can't say I have everything mastered, but I think I have complete control over the basic function of every technique in the game. If that sounds weird or whatever. Fucking next question.
about the things I did right.
From Little Cactus. Problem with more level 7 tracks. There aren't that many people who can probably play them, and even fewer who build. Winky face. Why doesn't Trials have a collaboration feature? He's talking about the editor. I'm not really sure. It's probably kind of hard to implement for them at the time.
I don't know I didn't tell you what I meant, but you know that I've tried. Now I keep on asking, could I? You said I didn't do anything wrong.
Here's a question from Rebel Scott 218. What's the secret to stationaries? Question mark. I love making and riding ninjas, but can't for the life of me pass some because I can't do stationaries. Maybe one of you guys should do a video for us mortals. Smiley face. So what I'll say with stationaries, and I guess people who ask questions like these, lower level ninjas always, or like people who want tutorials from the higher level ninjas, it's not like anything bad for you asking, but I don't think tutorials for most techniques in this game will do much good for most people. Like, I guess you could do a tutorial on techniques and show the basic movement of a technique and what you should do with the sticks and how you should press the gas and the brake, but it's always relative to the obstacle you're on with every single technique. What I would do is, you know, I'd be playing multiplayer, and let's say I'm ahead in a game and people are waiting to finish or want me to wait to finish. You know, I'll just start doing stationaries to practice, and I get like 2, and then I'd fuck up, and then I'd just fault and do it again, and I just kept doing that for endless amounts of time, and then I finally just kind of figured them out. Watching replays isn't a terrible way to do it. I mean, it tells you that you should probably press brake and then gas. I mean, I guess one tip with stationaries for me is the way I started to do them is I'd hold brake and gas at the same time, just held them down and see if I could just bunny hop off my back tire. And now I could like consistently do it that way, but it's not the way you'll end up learning to do it. Like, that shouldn't be the way you're doing it, because you're never just going to be stationarying straight up and down for the sake of stationarying straight up and down. Next question. There are no... Oh, okay, just kidding. Jeremiah... Jeremy NH asks, question, are you planning to pass Wraith extra CPs? By the way, how old are you? That's 2 questions. So, I'm planning to? No. Will I? Probably. Do I want to? No. Will I? Will I want to at some point? Probably. There's not a lot of things there's not a lot of like competition in the community right at this moment, which is kind of nice, because it's kind of just a chill, like, nobody's like pushing boundaries to like an unreasonable level at this moment, so I'm kind of happy with that. Doesn't make me feel like I'm falling behind, and I guess so. I don't until like someone goes off again, I probably won't pass this track. I mean, you never know. I might just hop on it and start playing it and enjoy it, you know. It's kind of what happens with a lot of tracks, but we'll see. And for how old I am, I'm 19 now. Turned 19 in March. Doodle or Doodle asks, GG RJ, for your Q&A, how long have you been playing Trials for, and how did you progress to be so good? I'm glad you think I'm good, 'cause I don't sometimes. So I've been playing Trials since Evo, technically. I played through the career in Evo and played a couple custom tracks in Evo. I don't even know if I passed like any of them really. Like, I played harder tracks at Evo, like Ninjas. I remember specifically, like, it's a weird realization when I got to Fusion and I started passing Ninjas that, like, I'd see a Ninja track and I saw Jamaican remake a Ninja track called Coughing Cringe, and I realized this is the track. This is like the first Ninja track I ever played in Evo, or like one of them. I remember it was on the list of tracks I had, of custom tracks I had, and my list was very short. And I remember that was like a track I tried so much, and I couldn't even do CP1. Like, that's hilarious to me. I tried, I don't know like the actual time spent on it, but it wasn't like, probably wasn't like timeouts worth, but I put some time into that one CP and could never pass it. And I never passed the track on Evo until I went back to it at some point probably and passed it. So I played a tiny bit in Evo, but then I played so off and on that I wasn't like good enough to do anything at all. Like, I had bronze on like beginner tracks. Like, I just passed tracks so I guess you could say from early on you knew I was never gonna be a speedrunner because I just didn't care about leaderboards. But then Fusion came out, and to be honest, I think I remember that Trials Fusion was coming out, and I wanted to get that game, and I didn't at first, and I don't know why. I mean, I was probably just didn't have the money, or I didn't want to ask my parents because I had other games to buy, and I wasn't really like a Trials fanatic or anything. I don't even remember how I got Evo in the first place, but three months or so into after Fusion came out, and I bought the game, and then I started playing it, and I was, I timed out on extremes. Like, I can specifically remember timing out on Rock of Rages. Like, that was the first time it was hard. Like, when I went through the career, it was like all easy up until that point. And how did I progress to be so good? Like I said before, played lots of multiplayer. You just gotta play tracks harder than what you can pass. Be okay with failing constantly. Like, even now, just to be as good as I am now, I realize that I will go like an entire week without passing anything like at my level, or even just below my level. Like, I'll hop into new tracks, newest ninjas, and pass like a level 3 every day, but I won't pass anything at my level for like weeks, and like, that's crazy. Like, I rarely pass tracks now, and I think that's the case for most people like at my level.